guys, what's up? It's Paige. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another tarot talk, but this will be a January Ascension energy update. So if you stay tuned till the end, we will actually be doing a pick a card for more specific energies updates for you. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Paige and I do videos on tarot every week, as well as videos on spirituality, self-development, all that kind of good stuff. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that post notification bell so you know when I'm posting all the good stuff. So quick before we get into the video, I have a special announcement to share with you guys. So I have launched a Patreon account. Link for that will be down below or above, or probably both. But within my Patreon community, we have the Cosmic Healer community, which is a live group chat where we can talk about energy updates, any kind of weird spiritual awakening thing that we're going through at the moment. I'm also going to be making more videos over there about monthly zodiac tarot readings and more current, honest, and vulnerable spiritual awakening vlogs. I also added a coaching tier, which is very affordable and very helpful if you're needing a little bit more assistance along your spiritual awakening journey, or just have more specific questions to ask and you want somebody to help you. Anyways, if you're interested in that, the pre-sale is live right now in the link below. I'm actually offering a pre-sale option where when you join my Patreon, you will get a free tarot reading from me. So make sure you take advantage of that. It's only going on until the 19th of January. So yeah, I hope to see you guys there. It would mean a lot to me if you just checked it out. So yeah, on to the video. Let's get into the meat of this. So I'm assuming if you have been a part of the spiritual community for any amount of time, you've heard about the major energies and transformations that are going on in January 2020. We've actually been working up to this, with the whole Saturn-Pluto conjunct for quite a long time actually. So all of this has been really building up for a really long time. You're experiencing weird fluctuations in your energy. I know physical symptoms or energy symptoms in general, just feeling worn out or sick, whatever it is. The entire world and my personal world are definitely experiencing some health issues right now. So just understand that with major transformation, with major energies happening in the sky right now, we're destined to have a few hiccups along the way. But anyways, getting started, I already shuffled and selected a few cards with a few new decks that I got, so woohoo, but let me check it out. So first we have our empowering question. This is where our focus should lie throughout the month of January. This is where we really need to embody a better sense of understanding within ourselves. So we'll get into it, obviously more layers later, but starting off, our empowering question is, am I living according to the expectations and dreams of others or of my own? How do I distinguish them from each other? So like I said, we'll get into this in a little bit more depth, but I think overall this energy is really allowing you to discern the different areas in your life that you are taking your truth into consideration and you are showing up authentic, patting yourself on the back for those moments, but also identifying areas that, you could step up more in your authentic truth in those specific areas. So it's really easy to pick up on other people's beliefs, easier than you actually think. In extreme cases, you think of like the Jim Jones or any kind of like whole organization where things, went a little too far in the wrong direction. So that's, obviously, like I said, the extreme of the version, but similar ways we all do this in our lives. Deepening this message a little bit, we have our astro cards to show us a little bit more where this energy is targeted. We have the Libra, we have square, and we have opposition. So I have a feeling that where you need to start figuring out your own truth, where you need to start embodying your own truth, it's going to be within your relationships. It's going to be in areas where other people may be a little dominating. I feel like other people may throw things off balance, set up for the challenging aspect of the square, and that's where you can step into your truth. I think this is so true because, balance comes up for the opposition, but we also have Libra being all about balance. The archetype is the scales, so I do see that there is a lot of opportunities in January for us to step up, step into that power, not be afraid of challenge, not be afraid of any kind of opposition, because you know your truth. You know how to create a harmonious atmosphere, because that is that Libra energy. You should honestly give yourself some credit for that, because that'll allow you to step into that power more often. Like I was saying, pat yourself on the back for the areas that you have stood up in your truth and see how well that worked out. Honestly, I have a feeling that it's balanced out different areas in your life that you didn't even realize needed the balance, because that's what the opposition speaks of. Overall, I do see that for January that, whatever kind of tension, whatever kind of opposition or pull that you have, it is coming up for you to choose to create balance, create harmony and serendipity in those situations. Because if you're not going to do it, who's going to do it? Is it up to you? Is it up to everybody else? It's another area where you can balance. You don't have to fix every situation, but you don't have to be hands off either. You don't don't have to just avoid everything and avoid confrontation, because that's also, you know, a downside of the Libran quality, is being more people-pleasy and being more concerned with the flow of things and the harmony of things, that you're almost afraid to stand up for what you believe in. You're almost afraid to really stand in your truth, and you just kind of accept the dreams and the wishes of other people because, you know, I don't want to step on their toes kind of scenario. But don't worry about that. That is a fear mindset. That is a lack mindset. There is enough confidence, abundance, happiness, joy to go around. If another person doesn't see that, I can just promise you how helpful it is for somebody to offer that perspective to them. You never know if they're just waiting for it, honestly. Ironically enough, to this reading, I have a Libra moon and Venus that is square and opposite a bunch of different signs that cause a lot of different conflicts in my life. So this energy, I'm telling you right now, I'm very aware of it. I know how it works, and I'm telling you right now, step into your power. That's how you really balance the scales. That's how you'll really find your truth. So moving even deeper into it, we have more cards. So these are tarot cards about what to expect, what kind of events may be happening to look out for. So we have 3 of Tomes, 10 of Tomes in reverse, 5 of Bells in reverse, 5 of Vials in reverse. Big changes, guys. Dreamer of Bells in reverse, and the Shadow. Okie dokie. Yeah, so like I said, there's a ton going on right now in the stars. There's a ton of releasing that is happening too. Ton of releasing, and that's also going back to that Libra opposition square energy, the astro energy, where it's like, how do you release? How do you take the shadow side of yourself? Gosh, have we been hearing about the shadow self this past, 6 months? It's been all about the shadow self, I feel like, but how do you release that? As you see in this card, the shadow, or the devil in the traditional tarot deck, is tied. You're attached to things that tie you, that don't serve you, that don't allow you to be free and to feel your fullest light and your fullest potential. You may be asking how to do that. You may have been asking how to do that because you feel all these things coming up to be released. You've been doing the work to release them, but those oppositions, those challenges that you're running into, that's where you're provided the light to release things. When you choose to not let things emotionally tie you down and get you to this place of like resentment and anger and frustration, like the shadow aspect lights up within us all. We all have a shadow aspect. Those areas and situations allow you to take a step in the direction of your truth, of your authentic self. You don't have to act out in ways that you've learned in the past, because what I'm seeing here, you have your 3 of Tomes. This is experiences through other people, learning through other people, learning through group activity, and you have next to it the 10 of Tomes in reverse, and this is also your lineage. So with it being reversed, I have a feeling that there's something about what you've learned about how to be a person that was not allowing your greatest truth, not allowing you to really spread all the authenticity and light you have to share. You've learned along the way that there's certain ways to behave in society and there's certain ways to get what you want, but those don't serve you always and forever. Things change. Life changes, We're on an ever-changing plane where the world is constantly evolving and growing. In the month of January, you might have to take a step back. You might have to go back to your roots a little bit with this 3 of Pentacles energy and really evaluate the things that you learned and test yourself a little bit. Does this serve? Does this still serve? Do I like the outcome that I'm getting when I use this pattern, when I use this behavior? Because the shadow being upright shows that there's something about your lineage, something about collective energy too, which I will actually be talking about a little bit more in my video on Thursday, so post notifications if you don't have them on. But I really am feeling like, there is a significant collective weight that we are holding on to, that we know better than to hold on to. We know better than to act certain ways, and that's why oppositions come up. That's why these challenges come up. Like I was saying, this is where you're supposed to step into your light. This is where you're supposed to release these moments of despair and anger and resentment, like I was saying with the shadow, and move on to the ideal way of living, the ideal, harmonious, beautiful way of life that is right around the corner for us, I promise. Now with the Five of Bells here in reverse and with the Five of Vials here in reverse, I do feel like there is going to be somebody or something that is knocked off their throne this month. You know, whatever it may be on grand scales, you know, especially all the things that are going on with Capricorn and Cancer right now, I really do have a feeling that structures are going to break this month. Things that, you know, weren't serving us to begin with. We have the Five of Vials and it's in reverse. They weren't serving us to begin with. They weren't safe. They weren't stable for us to begin with. So for them to be leaving us, for us to be releasing this kind of weight, you know, it's in our best interest, but it may not always feel that way. I have a feeling that there's going to just be a heavier energy. I know personally the energy of squares and opposition and trying to find balance, it can be really difficult. It can be really draining too. So make sure you're taking time out for yourself to take care of yourself. It's not always easy to find balance between work and play and self-care and life. You know, there's a lot to be balanced at all times. So sure, you know, no matter what is happening on the outside, no matter what kind of external events are happening, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you also don't believe everything that you hear. That's another message I'm getting with this Dreamer of Bells in reverse, that the things that you're pursuing this month are things that are in your best interest, that aren't spreading yourself too thin, that are aligned with your own needs, with your own wants too. Like going back to our empowering question, you know, am I living according to the expectations and dreams of others or of my own? And if you need some time to take a step back and reflect on everything, truly do it. This is the start of a new decade, people. This is the time to evaluate yourself, to evaluate what's going on. But that doesn't mean that karma won't be served already, because that's that Libra energy, the justice energy, that karma that needs to be served, that inevitably needs to be served. That's also what that Saturn-Pluto conjunction is going to be like. You know, this is karma. This is energy that needs to be moved through its cycle. It needs to be released. It needs to be transmuted into something else. So last but not least, we have some more cards for the collective reading before we jump into the pick a card. These cards were pulled with the intention to represent a little bit more on the emotional side what we are going to be experiencing. So we have the Nine of Cups upright. Whoop, whoop, dropping. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Daughter of Pentacles upright, and then the Son of Swords in reverse. So like I was saying, this is not the time to act with your head, to do things with your head. There's a balance that's going to show itself between the head and the heart, the rational side and the compassionate side. These two opposing forces that every which one of us has to balance, the yin and yang within us all. Seeing that this is the time to strip away any sort of doubt, sort of rationalizations that you have for why you shouldn't step into your truth, why you shouldn't embody your own dream life, your own expectations for how you should live. You know, there's no real reason you shouldn't do that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your position is, your situation. There is a way to maneuver through life that you can be happy and achieve your goals and success at the same time. So just throw this attitude away that, you know, limits you from thinking that you have to go out constantly seeking information, seeking truth, seeking all of this wisdom, when in reality it's already within. You already know. You know, you're just not acting accordingly with it. You're just not acting in a way that's, you know, in truest alignment with what you want for your life and what you want to experience. But with this Daughter of Pentacles, this is the time that you step up. Many of us honestly may receive opportunities this month. Like I was saying, you know, opportunities through challenges and oppositions, but golden opportunities as well. Beautiful blessings as well, because, you know, I recognize that not all of us have been slacking. Actually, a lot of us on this channel specifically have been putting in the work to discern ourselves and to figure out really what is our sacred calling, calls us to be the bigger and brighter versions of ourselves. This is the time to step into those opportunities, see those opportunities for what they are. But, you know, with the Nine of Cups right here, your wishes are being fulfilled. You're going to feel like, you know, you may have nothing and everything at the same time, but you're going to be okay with it. You're going to feel like everything has come together in a way that you didn't even expect, that was better than what you even could have hoped for. And it works out in your favor. But, you know, if you haven't been putting in the work, if you've been letting these limiting beliefs stop you from really expanding and really believing in yourself in a way that makes you put yourself out there, and the extra step, the extra mile, not be reaping so much of this good emotion, but just know it's available to you. And at any moment you can decide to make the change to act more in alignment with the person that you want to be. And like I was saying, this has been engraved in us for a long time. This is long awaited to be released, so it doesn't come in the easiest way. If something happens this month that really questions where you came from, the belief systems of where you came from, or just the previous relationships you've had in the past, see it in the eyes of love, see the opportunities that it gave you, because all these challenges, all these oppositions, they do always provide blessings tenfold. So this is a great monthly energy update. Honestly, this is really a empowering sense of we're getting our karmic justice, now able to step into our truth more ever before, with more joy, more authenticity than we ever really allowed ourselves in the past. So guys, this is great. I'm really happy to deliver this message to you. So if this collective message resonated, make sure you comment down below. Stay tuned and we will get to the pick a card. Okay guys, so as always, make sure you're tuning inward, getting yourself into a receptive mode so you can pick the most accurate pile for you. So we have our group 1, group 2, and group 3, and as always, your timestamps are provided down below. I will see you at your time. All right, group 1, let's get started with your reading. So going in depth more about what this month has to bring for you. So we have second house, we have Mother of Wands, and we have Two of Bells. Well, first with second house, this is all about your value, your self-worth, and more material things that bring you comfort. But like I said, this is also self-worth. So I feel like the month of January for you guys is going to be a big time for you to establish how you create this sense of worthiness for yourself, how you create this sense of protection for yourself too, because we do have the Mother of Wands next, and the Mother of Wands is a very protective character. She is extremely exuberant though. She has an extreme positive outlook and just is extremely kind and thoughtful. For some of you, I'm seeing that you've kind of embodied that energy. You've learned how to love yourself in this time. You've learned how to really take care of yourself in this time. So in the month of January, you're going to be rewarded for that, more in the material world. I'm seeing that your assets may change. You may invest in getting something new. You may be able to splurge on something new. I mean, it is tax season in the United States. So I do see that you are just really going to feel a warmth for yourself that you haven't been able to feel in the past. You haven't been able to see in the past, because there was just certain things that made you turn a blind eye to that side of yourself, to seeing your own worthiness and how truly enough and truly worthy you are. Because we do have the Two of Bells here, and this is a beautiful card. There's a lot to do with the crown chakra and the throat chakra and just being able to discern things and decide things. With this card, I feel like in the past you've just been bouncing back and forth between, am I worthy? Do I deserve this? Do I deserve these luxuries? Maybe, splurging a little bit, going back to that Libra energy that we had earlier. You could be splurging in areas that you shouldn't be, or I feel like in the past there was something that you've been doing out of protection for yourself, maybe out of like safety for yourself, even though you have these warm qualities that, that's the strong part about you. It's not this other side of you that is protective and kind of fearful of really acknowledging your own value and worth, because, at one point maybe somebody didn't make you feel that way. 2 is always the number of relationships. So there could have been a point in time where somebody told you that you weren't enough in a given situation. So just turn a blind eye to moments where you feel that emotion. And, that's a reasonable coping skill. I get it. I understand it. I'm not shading you for it. But this is going to be brought to life in January. But how you deal with it is what is going to matter. I feel like I said, most of you guys are pretty evolved. You've done the growth, you've done the work. That's why you're part of this channel. But no, seriously, you really have done the work. I can just feel this with the energy. So I just feel like you're going to have this one last moment to make a decision, to choose to see value in yourself, even when you don't feel the value in yourself, even when you feel protective, even when you feel like, you need to coil it all in and protect yourself and, act out in ways that don't serve and don't align with you. That is being put to rest this month. I think that's truly what the Saturn-Pluto conjunction is going to look like for you. But guys, with that full moon lunar eclipse, you guys can definitely expect to see a difference in how you view your self-worth, how you view your own value. Of course, because of that, you will be seeing changes in your assets. You are love, you are light, you you see love, you see light, you attract love, you attract light, you attract those good situations that bring you expansion, beauty, abundance, all the things that you want, all the things that you already are. Just gotta own it. Just need to see more consistently that value in yourself, and I promise you things will level out. You'll start to see change and fruition in many different ways. So I'm really happy to tell you guys this super great message to share. So if it resonated, which I hope it did, make sure you comment down below and let me know. But yeah, of course, like or dislike if you liked it or disliked it, obviously. But I hope to see you guys in a later video. So peace out. All right, group 2, let's get started with your energy reading for January. So going into more specifics, we have the Sun, we have 8 of Pentacles, and we have 6 of Vials. Okay. Right away, the word that comes to me is vitality. I see that you guys have really, truly done the work. You know, other groups, there was a little bit more of like, oh, you could have done the work or you didn't. You know, it's kind of like either or. There may be more to do. But no, for you guys, I see that you have embodied the life of a self-healer that you are proud of, period. Like, seriously, embody this energy that your ancestors are thanking you for. Your lineage is thanking you for. That's what this 6 of Vials is. This is a beautiful card. So with it being upright, especially from the other energies that we got, you know, with this in reverse for the collective reading, I feel like for you guys, this takes a little bit more of a turn towards the better. I see you guys being able to benefit a lot from the wisdom that you were able to gain through your ancestors and through the guidance that you've taken throughout the years, you know, through other people, through bad situations, good situations, and through your spirit guides too. They've all been able to affect you in a way that has shown you your own vitality, has shown you your own light and your own well-being, and you've worked really hard to find this power in yourself. 8 is the number of your power, your craft, abundance, and karma, so I feel like this is gonna pay off for you. Your hard work is gonna pay off because, you know, then with the Sun, you have your essence, your entire being. This bold light is being shined upon you right now because you have allowed yourself to be expressive, to trust the flow of things, to kind of maneuver through different situations as they happened and, you know, do it with your head down. You didn't really complain. You decided to take the route that was going to be in your highest light and that was going to give you this childlike sense again. Because of that, group 2, I feel like in January, on top of all of the collective energies that are already bringing you abundance and bringing you what you deserve, I feel like you're going to be able to feel it, truly feel it in a way that you've never been able to before. I mean, literally, there's fireworks in this card. You are going to have something happen to you, I feel like, that is going to break the mold that you've been in for some time now. Break this structured way that you've had to nurture yourself and had to take care of yourself because you were releasing things. You were working on releasing things that didn't serve you. You were working through all of this baggage, but I'm seeing that, you know, you're exploding January 2020 in the best way possible. And you're going to experience creativity and honor and just respect. I feel like just mutual respect from other people. I feel like they're going to really see all the work that you've been done because it's going to be brought to light in January 2020. So group 2, this is absolutely beautiful. I feel like for you guys, you know, this is really short and sweet. You've done the work. You've put in the give and take. You've had your head down. You worked on the details. You took initiative in each little step because honestly, those small steps make a big change. The Sun is the biggest thing in our sky, so a big change of abundance, happiness, expansion, beauty is coming your way in January 2020, guys. This is amazing. Point blank, that's pretty much all I have to say for this, so I hope it resonated. If it did, make sure you comment down below, and of course, like or dislike, you know, depending on your vibe. I don't know how you'd feel bad about this, though, so just saying. But you check out my Instagram if you want to stay up to date on daily stuff. So otherwise, I will see you guys later. Peace. All right, group 3, last but not least, let's see what January 2020 has in store for you. So we have Ascendant, we have the High Priestess, ooh, and we have Strength. Wow, okay. This is intense. So not only do we have the High Priestess and the Strength card, which are our major arcana cards, but we also have the Ascendant, which is the starting point of your entire birth chart. It's your point of impact, your point of view, how you communicate with the world around you, how you relate to the world around you, the role you take on in the persona that you give out to the world around you. So with this being with the High Priestess and then the Strength card, significant amount of strength that comes through duality and that comes through acting in alignment with your true role here on earth, whatever that is for you. Now, like I was saying, this past energy has really pushed us to find what is authentic for ourselves. What is our role on this earth? Because, we all have varying roles that are unique to us and all of the different energies that we hold within ourselves. We all have a higher purpose to serve, and it's not always easy to be able to see that and to be able to discern that. But with this high priestess here, I feel like, if you haven't already, in the month of January 2020, you are going to be led on the path of least resistance. Basically, you are going to find exactly what you were looking for in terms of growth, in terms of worldview, in terms of your approach. Maybe certain situations that you have to decide and you have to make a choice, but as long as you're doing it from heart-centered space, that strength, that Leo energy, heart chakra energy, as long as you're doing it from your heart and you're making choices that are in alignment with how you want to view things and how you want the world to be, you're going to create it. It's a done deal already. I'm telling you that right now. This is a done deal. Intuition is flawless. You've been led spot on to exactly the position you need to be, even if it doesn't look like that. Even if you feel like you are like in this position, he's being completely wrapped around by this bear. Even if you feel like that's kind of where you're at right now, where you're like, I'm completely stuck or just kind of drained. There's been a lot going on to really test your strength lately. Trust it. It's the infinite nature of your inner power. It's that you can make a mark on this world by showing up as your true self, by doing things the way you want to do them. You have this inner knowing. I'm getting this for you, group 3, that you have this inner knowing that automatically has guided you throughout your life in a way that is seamless. It's perfect. It's exactly how it needs to be. I feel like in January, that's going to become a lot more clear to you. That 2020 vision, baby, we're starting off with a bang. We're being able to see the truth behind who we are, what we're meant to do here. Your willpower comes from within. It doesn't come from an external source. It doesn't come from another person. It comes from that true desire that is already geared towards something in your life. You already have established gifts and roles meant to take part in that you're meant to share with the world. So by all means, do it in 2020. Whatever appears to you, whatever shows itself to be the next step, to be that powerful place that you can kind of embody and just roll with it the rest of your life, because that, like I said, that's your role in life. These are the unique capabilities that you came here with to spread and to share with other people. So by all means, do it. January 2020 is the time for you to embody your true power, period. Like, go after it. Do what you were meant to do. Don't have any regrets for it. Don't look back. Don't wonder about how you look to other people. Worry about how the other people in the world looks like to you and how you view yourself in the world too. All of it correlates. All of it comes together. And that's something the High Priestess knows. That's something you know. And that's what you have strength in. That's where you can really excel in your life. So group 3, this is pretty crystal clear. So if it resonated with you guys, please comment down below to let me know. And of course, like or dislike this video, whatever you gotta do. So I'm gonna go. So if you want to keep up with me on my daily stuff, make sure you check out my Instagram, which is linked down below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in later videos. Bye for now.